All right, guys. So this is Got It 3 conversational class.
Mhm.
And this is Friday, the 13th,
Yeah.
2024. And I have these guys finally reunited, right? After a long time.
Yeah.
So for those who are gonna watch this video, I think it's a good idea to introduce yourselves. So who are you? Who are you? Who goes first? Arthur, your name starts with
Yeah.
K.
Well, I'm Arthur. I'm 18 years old. I'm currently studying at Instituto Federal in Epitácio, and I'm taking electrical engineering there.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
How long have you been an electrical engineering major?
This semester is my second, so I'm since the start of this year.
Okay, since February.
Yeah.
Okay, and who are you?
I'm Vitória. I'm turning 15 in less than a month.
Oh my God, in November. October.
October.
You are less than a month. Okay,
Less
we are
than
not
a
in
month.
October. Yeah.
It's okay.
Are you gonna have those 15-year-old fancy parties?
I don't think you can
Like
consider it.
sweet 15, in America they call sweet 16.
Mm.
16 is the golden age, and we celebrate the 15. So.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And
No?
you can consider it like a big party, but not like those quinceañeras that they have in Mexico or stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
okay. And where do you study?
Colégio Aliança.
At
Because-
Aliança School.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do the
Yeah.
propaganda. Not propaganda, the
Public.
the advertisement.
Yeah.
And the reason we invited Victoria to this class, it's because she had gone through a very unique, very nice experience. Tell us what happened to you last July.
Last July, I went to Boston, not Boston, I think it was a peninsula near Boston
Mhm.
that had a whole program for people who wanted to go to their school or like their campus to spend their summer doing basically classes, extra classes. You could pay to like have extra stuff like maybe engineering. I think it was something that was included, but we didn't buy anything, so we just had the regular classes. And
Like general, we
Yeah.
would say general studies.
yes.
General English classes.
And
Right.
we stayed there. We had dorms. We went to different trips, and it was a pretty nice experience in my.
And I did check the questions that Laura and Isa created. They asked for you. So I'm sure I'm not gonna be repetitive. I don't know your answers. I mean your questions. Sorry. Did you write
Yeah,
a few questions? So if I ask her the same question you did, you should stop me. Say no, teacher. I have this question for her. But it's a very simple question. When did you leave and when did you return? Whoa, the calendar.
Oh, okay. We left like from Presidente Venceslau at the morning of, I think it was July 5th, I think.
The 5th,
Yeah. the 5th.
very early in July.
Yes, then we arrived at São Paulo at July 6th, I think.
Mhm,
I don't remember really.
mhm.
But we went back. We took 2 days to return because our flight, when we arrived at Miami, the airport.
You mean the returning flight?
Yes.
Okay.
The returning flight, we arrived at the airport and our flight was canceled after like 2 hours of us being in the plane, just waiting for the pilots and the co-pilots. And they didn't arrive. So we had to leave and stay the night at Miami with the hotel that they gave us.
Yes, and who paid for the hotel that you had to stay?
The company. The
Ah.
company. They gave us
So it was like a free stay.
Like an
a free
extra,
stay.
like a bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus for your trip. Could you enjoy Miami at least on that day?
I mean, we were at the airport at like 11 p.m. So we didn't have like, oh, there are stores because it was Saturday, I think.
When it was closed.
Yeah, it was all closed and we didn't like go out on a trip to the city.
In the other day, you took your flight.
Yes. And the next morning we took our flight. And they gave us this credit card that we could use, but they only put $25 there. And $25 was the whole meal of a breakfast that the hotel gave
for
us.
$25, they were expecting you to spend during the whole day for the 3 meals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say a bad word. I didn't say any bad word. Okay, Arthur, you can go start. Go ahead and how many questions did you bring?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5
That's
questions.
good because the girls only came up with 3 each.
3.
Yeah. But I have mine too. So
I think the first one, like the better aqui é para começar melhor.
To start better.
Yeah, to start better. It was it hard to get the visa? Like it was a standard visa? How was it?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
Like it was a student visa or maybe a
there's
tourist visa.
There's tourist visa, work visa. There are many.
I remember I took the visa when I was 12, I think, and I had to take 2 different passports because one had like the official stuff, updated stuff, and my face and everything, my age, and the other one had the visa, and I always messed up on that part because people would ask like, "Where's the visa?" and I would pull out the wrong passport because I forgot. And when we arrived at like the first arrival in New York, man, this guy messed up all my documents and I spent the whole like flight back to Boston wondering if I've lost my visa, like completely.
You mean the official that works at the
yes,
the checkout, the immigration officer. But I understand her situation because it's a normal thing. When you issue your passport, let's say I got my passport. Nowadays in Brazil, our passports last 10 years. They last for 10 years. So within this 10 years, you don't apply for any visa. Okay, in your 5th year, you apply for the 5th year. No, how long does a visa last? Like a tourist visa is 5 or 10 years?
I think it's 5.
5 years. Okay, good example. So your passport is already 5 years old, or 6, 7, and then you apply for an American visa. You get the visa. That visa is stamped on that passport. That passport is going to expire sooner than the visa. Then you have to issue another one. So in this case, you have to travel
with 2 passports.
With 2 passports. So you have to hold 2 passports. I know it's a hassle, but it's reality and it's good.
You took your visa when you were 12. So so like you're planning this trip since you were 12?
No.
Or you just took the visa?
Very good question too.
Did you write that one or
no? Yeah, I like the improv questions. They're really the best.
I was because my grandma always has this weird stuff for you have to go to foreign countries all the time because
weird thing. She likes,
but
she likes
it is. But when you don't have the money, it is weird sometimes.
Well, it's free to dream.
Yeah,
it's always free to dream.
But one day when I was 12, I think I was turning 13. I don't remember. But she came up with this idea like, you could go to London because the teacher we went with she always has this like a lot of trips to bring her classes to. And she was going to London on the time we decided to get the visa.
I think I remember once you told me that
Yes.
you were planning to go to London.
Yeah,
Then you
and then
changed
it changed. We
Okay.
changed plans.
And now that you mentioned Boston, where exactly, what city did you stay?
I think it was Greenwich. I think I have the location here, if you don't mind.
Please, you have to. You are here. For this.
Okay. I think it's on the
Massachusetts is where are the most Brazilians in USA.
Yes,
Yeah.
Boston, Mass. It's the state.
Mm-hmm.
There are more Brazilian in Boston than in Minas Gerais. No, not in Boston, but in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in Boston.
I was like shocked, I think. Shocked because I thought it was like in California because of Orlando.
Orlando is in Florida.
Yeah, I thought it was Florida because of Orlando.
Yeah, but Orlando is just a touristic place that attracts people from all over the world. So you're gonna find not only Brazilians, but everybody, especially
Yeah.
Chinese people there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I messed up. It's Braintree Highlands.
Do you have the word so we can check the spelling?
Braintree.
Where is it?
Oh, it's on the top.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, it's because it's a picture. So
Okay.
I took inside the school. So
Okay. Brain.
Braintree Highlands.
Highlands. Very interesting name.
Is the city name?
Yes,
Braintree Highlands.
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 Then Braintree.
Highlands.
Cool.
We have like I have the whole locations stuff here because I took a lot of pictures. 236 pictures.
That's fair.
And it's a whole map like here
This
from
is so
all the stuff we
Ah.
had to travel and stuff. So we went to Plymouth, like the
Plymouth.
coastal stuff,
Mhm.
because we were supposed to go on a boat trip, but we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't get to.
But what happened? Why didn't the boat trip happen?
We were supposed to go on a boat trip to Rhode Island, which is a separate island in the state that has a lot of famous people's houses and stuff. There's even Taylor Swift.
In
Oh, my
Rhode
friend,
Island.
Your best friend.
My bestie.
And we were supposed to go to that island because it was like a whole tour there. And we found out that the people that came after us, they really did went there. And they took pictures and I saw them because I met them and then I added them in Instagram.
But they didn't see her.
No.
They entered the Taylor's house?
Yes, because it's a tourist stuff.
Okay.
Like a visitor's house. It's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
maybe like Elvis kind of mentioned.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Elvis
yeah.
mentioned.
I thought it was like a private house of
No.
her.
Like Graceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can visit
Yeah.
inside Graceland.
Mhm.
Cool. And the weather, was the weather
Yes.
helpful?
We arrived at the
I
port.
was gonna ask you this
Yeah.
this question.
Improv. We arrived at the port. We parked the buses over the whole boats were there. They were waiting, and then it suddenly started raining all of a sudden. And then we decided, okay, plan B. We're going to a mall. We're going to go to a shopping mall because we don't have any other plans.
Mhm.
We arrived at the shopping mall. It stopped raining and it was hot. And I was with a jacket. And it was so hot for the entire day. Because when we arrived at the port, it started raining, but the rest of the day, just like in Venezuela,
Yeah,
all day.
the weather is very surprising sometimes.
So it was hot there because at Boston, I think sometimes in the year is cold.
Yeah, but
It's
she went in
cold.
July.
Yeah, July.
She went in
July
summer.
is the summer.
A city. It was cold in Miami, not in Boston.
It's funny,
Not in
isn't it?
Boston.
That's
Miami is a
Yeah.
hot city.
Yeah, Miami is in
Yeah.
south of it is in the south of Florida.
We arrived.
It's I probably you may consider it like almost like Caribbean, like a
Yes.
Caribbean Americas, the American side of. I have questions, but I've already asked her a few questions, and but I want you to surprise me,
Like,
and then I can play Isa's and Laura's
Laura's,
video.
uh-huh.
Yes, I'm planning on the second link. Because yeah, our link is going to expire like in a few minutes,
Mhm.
and then during the second link, we can use her question.
Next question I have is did you talk with natives with ease? Like it was ease to understand them? They
Native speaker.
yeah, it
Because
was
just native sounds like Indian
yeah,
people. The
native
yeah.
speakers.
Not the Navajo tribe.
yeah,
How it was the accent too?
like
I
the
think
essence.
this is one of Isa's questions. Maybe,
Oh,
but okay,
so
but that's
shush.
no, but that's okay.
Shush.
No, you were the first one. That's
Uh-huh.
okay. I think she probably asked about difficulties with the accent,
Uh-huh.
but he's asking what about the accent? Many people say that Bostonians.
Bostonians. Oh my Bostonians.
Hey world.
Bostonians.
Brazilians
Bos-
who understand the
Bostonians. It's really Bostonians.
Yeah.
I'm not making that up. It is. Look
Bostonians.
like New Yorkers, Chicagoans, California.
I don't want to search.
Please. Floridians, Bostonians.
No, but Floridians, it's a normal thing.
Yeah, but Bostonians.
Uh,
Not Bostonians.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, people from Boston.
Sorry.
how is called?
Yeah, try write Bostonian and see if you have like something. Yes.
Boston people.
Yeah, Boston
Like,
people.
Boston people.
Oh my god, it's dessert. I'm seeing like a filming called a movie called The Bostonians.
There's a movie. No, it is a real. It is the real deal.
It is a real
There's any definition? Did you check on a dictionary by definition?
asylum.
Like the adjective for people who are born.
Oh my god, it's Bostonians.
Are you shocked?
Bostonians.
He's really shocked by no reason.
5 minutes of this.
Bostonians.
Bostonians. Oh,
The interview has 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We're talking about Boston.
Okay, but what about the accent? Did you
The
notice the Bostonian accent?
We had like a lot of lectures about the accent because Harvard is there, right?
Mhm.
And we visited it. And the guy who turned us around, that guided us through the campus and their houses and stuff, he told us people call the school Harvard. And because of the accent.
Because
And
they don't say the
Europeans-
R. They don't say-
Bostonians call Harvard.
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 Yes.
They don't say the R.
And all the merch, all the stuff that you want to buy from Harvard there, you're gonna see it without the R. You're gonna see it, just have it.
Just
Like,
to
have
make
it.
it, just make fun of it.
Uh-huh.
Because people don't pronounce it, so
I
it doesn't exist. The
Yeah.
letter doesn't exist.
yeah.
Like my mother, probably.
It's like a English accent.
Yes, because the Boston Tea Party, all the stuff.
Yes, they
Pretty
take very
much-
old. Yeah, it's very old.
Ah.
And people there, like you go to a normal Starbucks, you feel like you're in England.
In
because
England.
of
Yes, and the architecture. too.
Yes.
By the pictures it's you
I
show.
visited the Trial of Freedom, I think that's the name. The architecture is peak. I love the architecture there.
And
The
they
historical buildings are pretty
Mhm.
cool.
and like they understood you when you were talking.
Yes. We had some trouble in New York because most of the people who work at the airport in New York are people of color, like,
Uh-huh.
and they
Okay.
have an accent and it's pretty difficult
Yeah,
to
the
under-
the American African accent is totally different from the rest of the
Yes, but it
country.
depends.
It's like they live in their own
Yeah, it's
independent
different.
life.
And I think it's really cool. I think their accent
Yeah.
is
It is
really
cool. It is cool, but you have to restart your English course.
Yes.
Or be born again.
Mhm.
It's very hard.
But to be fair, when they asked you questions that were longer than 2 sentences, it was probably your fault. So they were mostly like passport, and then you didn't notice the accent at all.
Uh-huh.
So you didn't have much trouble.
It's
But
they,
when
they were like robotic speaking, I
Yeah.
think. Like just
Ah,
words.
Okay, or they have maybe like a screenplay, like
Uh-huh.
Yes, There were
some,
autopilot.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in business,
You have to talk with so many people.
yeah, you need like a guy.
Uh-huh.
That's like,
I remembered something.
what? Tell us.
First, we arrived at. There were 2 girls there, like waiting for more people to cross the lines to just check the passports.
You
and
were
stuff.
with your parents.
No, this was in New York. My parents only like traveled with me to the airport of Prudential.
Uh-huh.
So
Who was alone by yourself?
yeah, by my teachers and my friends.
Okay.
But I didn't have the intimacy to just ask, hey, I don't understand it.
But it's good to know people for the first time and travel with them because it's a great experience.
I know a good person to talk about.
We're gonna talk about him soon. Okay, but tell us the story you were saying.
And we arrived like this whole bunch of teenagers and there was a friend of ours that he's from Curitiba. He's this tall. He looks like he's 25 and has a living family with him.
Okay.
And
He's like a Viking.
yes.
Because people in Curitiba, they look like Vikings. Yes, it's true.
It's true. And we were both like 5'7" foot tall.
They are
and
very
he's 6'9" or something next to us compared. And we arrived with him, and the girls looked up, then down, then up, then down, then on our teachers. And she's like, "You're in a group?" And my teacher didn't understand because the way I'm saying it, it's easier to understand. But she said that so fast, and we didn't catch a thing she said. And we spent like 5 minutes asking, "What did you say? Could you repeat that, please? I didn't get that. I didn't quite catch it."
Mhm.
And when we finally arrived at the place where they check your passports and your tickets and stuff, I was with a friend of mine from here, from Venceslau, and the girl asked him, "How old are you?" And he replied to her, "Brazil." And she was like, "What?" And he said again, "Brazil."
Well, but if you say Brazil for like Brazil, it's almost the same.
No, but he said to me, "What did she say? Did she ask where I'm from?" And that was
Because of the way he said Brazil,
yeah.
it would already
Yeah.
like give it away.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the girl didn't understand him either, so she just like, "Okay, you can go." I gave up. You can
Did
go.
anyone try to use Spanish to those who are not very fluent with in English?
In the plane to Miami, yes, but in New York, no.
No.
Because the normal stuff in airplanes, like international flights, first they say the stuff in English, and if you look at them like, then they will say the stuff in your language, which they mostly assume is Spanish, which is what happened in Miami.
Yes. Sometimes I have the feeling that they are not just assuming that that our language or our native language is Spanish. It's just because that's the second language they learned from school.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing they can rely on.
Mhm.
We have to admit it's very close. These two
Yes.
languages are similar for foreigners' ears, right? And so if you're not fluent in English enough, if you have the help from someone who can speak Spanish, it's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
It is. Do you have any other question, Arthur, or I can start showing because I'm trying to guess when the link is going to expire. Don't you think it had to be expired already? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because we started before we started we started before 5:30. Now it's 6:10.
Yeah.
After 5:30. Okay.
So well, I didn't know that you were going to high school, so I made a question. It was, did you learn something new? So, but now knowing that you were in school, what did you learn new? What
Yeah, you say what new things
did you learn?
From English, it was mostly like a whole sum up from all the stuff that I already learned.
She got the advanced level.
And C2 advanced level.
C2.
C2.
C2 is really a big deal.
Okay. And I forgot to bring the certificate.
But you can take a picture. And I'll try. I don't know how to edit video from there.
Ask Arthur.
Okay.
I forgot I was going to bring the
certificate.
The certificate, the little notebook that they handed us, and the little folder that all the handouts were given. And
I love American folders. So cute. They're so cute. And I love the 3 holes.
Yes.
They don't in our country, in many countries, they use the 4 holes. And America only 3 holes, and I have a 3-hole puncher in case you need it.
I do.
I'm going to lend you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so C2 level, good stuff.
I remember the last day of class when we were supposed to get the certificates. I threw up because I didn't take my medicine. And I didn't go, and I was late.
So you didn't go to your commencement party.
That's sad.
That's sad.
There's that. Okay, and but I like that. I like Arthur's question, but maybe not about grammar or about pronunciation or
more like
or vocabulary. What new things did you learn?
Like from the culture
Yeah.
of the place.
From Bostonia.
From Bostonia.
First of all, I know that New Yorkers are so loving.
People from New York
So
they watch
loving.
this video.
I love
Careful, I don't want to be canceled.
I
Laila,
love
you are
people
not
from
welcome in New York anymore.
I had to go to New York because I had a concert to go to, but I'm
Yes.
not going anymore, so I don't care about New York.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, but okay. Well, go ahead and say, well, what did you learn from New Yorkers?
When we were at the plane from São Paulo to New York, we met a loving lady that assumed her seat was mine because I was sitting next to my friend. And she just started yelling at me because
This is so New York.
because my seat or her seat on that case was in the middle of 2 other seats with 2 other people already sitting on them.
Those are the seats right in the middle
of the airplane.
Me and my friend were sitting on the middle, and she came back. She came with her son, like by her side, and she just started, "Hey, you're on our seats. Excuse us, please. Check your tickets." And I was like,
You encountered a Karen. It was a Karen.
A New Yorker Karen.
yeah,
What a great combination.
She was blonde.
She was blonde.
She was blonde.
Did she ask to talk to the manager?
She had short hair, and she called the flight attendant.
Oh my God! It's like she checked all the squares on the checklist of a Karen.
Yeah.
But her son was cute, so you can't say anything.
You can have Karen as your mother-in-law. Okay. And what's the conclusion of
The conclusion.
this whole
I was wearing
this ordeal?
I was already wearing my headphones, and she started yelling, and my phones like they blend in with the foreign sounds really well, and I wasn't hearing anything she was saying. And my friend was like, because she wasn't like, she didn't know what she was saying, like because she was speaking fast, she was yelling, she was
Angry.
angry.
But in the end, where was she supposed to sit down?
I gave up. I took off my headphones and was like, this is a misunderstanding, because by the time I took off the headphones, the flight attendant, like 2 flight attendants were already by my side. Like as I just steal her purse or something. And I was like, okay, I'll sit by my teacher, which is the seat you're supposed to have, I think. Because her ticket was wrong. She was the wrong one. My seat was correct, but she was still insisting that her seat was my seat and my friend's seat was her son's.
So
And we
a boarding card with a wrong number for seats, it's so weird.
It's so weird. And we just left. We went to sit with our teachers.
Maybe she boarded the wrong plane.
I think so.
Which is almost impossible, maybe, maybe that's the situation.
So you got traumatized
By a carrier.
by a New Yorker.
Yeah, but she is just one example, one sample.
It's
of New
because we
York.
didn't go to New York like center.
Mhm.
Then we would have
Mhm.
a new story.
All right, and what about the food?
In general, I
It's
think
it's bad.
the food in the school, like in the cafeteria and stuff, it was good, like breakfast, sometimes dinner, but the lunch stuff, it was we have because
The breakfast we can handle. The breakfast
Yes.
is good.
the breakfast is good.
Yeah,
It's always like
American-
pancakes or something.
Yeah, the bacon,
Yeah.
eggs.
What
and the
did you
American
have
cake.
for lunch?
For lunch, most of the time when the food was awful, they would like rarely give us the option to make a grilled cheese or something,
Mhm.
or a tortilla or something, which is a burrito or something,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
So it was not like real food. It was
Well.
like a snack.
But then,
lunch.
but lunchtime is at schools and colleges is usually like a snack
it's
kind of
usually
food.
true.
Oh my god.
Sometimes hamburger, like cheap hamburger, cheap pizza,
Uh-huh.
I think
like mac and cheese. And if you want to eat better, it's usually dinner time. At dinner
Mhm.
time, you eat better.
this is an example of the breakfast that I had. It's
It's ugly.
pineapples.
But
It was good,
This is
okay.
good. This is French toast. It's really
It's
good.
French
okay.
toast, it's scrambled
Scrambled
eggs,
eggs.
and
very-
pineapple. The pineapple was horrible though.
Yeah, fruits
It
in
looks pretty.
America. Yeah,
We can.
you can show.
It's really-
Yeah, people can see.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. Fruit. I remember not enjoying fruit much, and yogurt is very bad there. And if you don't buy, I mean, of course, you can buy imported ones, imported brands, expensive brands. That's another thing.
Mhm.
But the typical American brands, for your yogurts and ice cream, terrible. The cheap ones, of course.
Uh-huh.
No, they don't make good stuff from milk. Like dairies are not their forte, like the cup of tea, the cup of tea of American culinary,
Mhm.
not the cup of tea of American. It was funny. There's the culinary and tea. Arthur, do you have any other question or?
Here I don't think so, but I have one in my mind.
Okay, cool.
How long did you stay there? It was like a month.
Because you
didn't-
started answering me, oh, I left on this day,
Yeah.
and then I arrived on, I think you didn't answer.
It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And 2 days, extra days for the
In Miami,
yes.
waiting the airplane.
School.
Uh-huh.
That was cool. And what about party feelings? I mean, during the night at the dorm, students, I know teenagers, they don't say much, like praying, that doesn't
I
happen.
used
Yes, like you normally do here in Brazil. So
like I do here all the time,
Yes. Like
every
thinking
day.
of going to church and stuff. During the night at the dorm.
The churches were cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Were there parties?
There was a Halloween party and
Halloween party in
Sep-
July.
in
in
July.
July, it's a Halloween
It
party.
wasn't even in September.
Yes, and I have like the outfit I wore.
Halloween in July.
Don't criticize them.
No, I'm not
It was
criticizing it.
cool.
I find it funny because there is an expression that says, "Oh my God, this is so cool that it feels like Christmas in July." It's an expression. It's a saying that something is so good that feels like Christmas in July.
I wore this, my hair was messed up, and this card ruined my vibe totally because it's a card that you have to carry everywhere because it opens all the doors.
Okay. Show him the outfit.
I don't want to.
Come on. Oh. Show to the camera then. Okay, and so did everybody dress up for this
Yeah.
party?
Yes. The hat that I had was a matching one that I had with my friends. It was a trio costume. I was the black one because of the hat, because of the character. My friend was a pink one, and my other friend was a blue one because of the hats. So it was
Cool. I think I'm gonna present the Isa's video or Laura's video and see what happens here.
Thank God you didn't ask for the dorms part.
The dorms what?
The dorms stuff. I don't want to.
No, be careful. Oh, you see, it was a little crooked here. Now it's better. I fixed now a little. Oh, much better now. Let's see the recording time. Does it show the recording time? Because I don't think. Okay, I will present Isa's video. Her question is here. I need to share. Because if I don't share, nobody sees it. And so she's gonna ask you, Vitória, 3 questions. I'm gonna pause.
Between the questions.
Yes.
Sure.
Hi guys. So I had 3 questions to Vitória. The first one is, which place did you most enjoy visiting there? The second one, is there...
Sorry. I'm gonna play again because I don't know if it's gonna work. But...
I had 3 questions to Vitória. The first one is, which place did you most enjoy visiting there?
The first question.
My favorite place, probably the most stuff. But if we're talking about tourist, like exclusive ones, I think the museums, the natural science museum.
The shopping malls, they were like here in Brazil, or they were different?
You didn't see much like stuff, places that you could just wait and just chill when you're done shopping. You don't see that much. The places that you usually buy food, they don't have much like chairs and stuff. I don't think it's because of the shopping malls I went to, but it's just not good for just sitting on the malls.
So like people, they go to shopping malls, they do their stuff, like buy their things and exit and go. Yeah.
They don't hang out. They don't use like a place to hang out.
Yeah.
And what about brand name stores? Like, would you find Gucci, Dolce Gabbana, things like that?
I didn't find any Gucci on the shopping mall. I did see it on the outlet.
An outlet, yes. Yeah. Okay. The third is a question.
The second one.
The second one, sorry.
Is there any new food that you have tried? If so, which one is your favorite?
Okay. You try any new things that you had never tried before?
You know those corn dogs?
Oh, corn dogs are cool.
What is that
They-
for?
Similar to like Korean hot dogs that they
Oh,
fry
like,
outside.
okay, like in a chopstick.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
Those are so good because
Yes.
the hot dogs like you would find in a park or something that people are selling are terrible. You won't like those. But when you get a corn dog that doesn't have that weird layer of something that isn't a sausage, okay? That's something else. Corn dogs don't have those. At
Mhm.
least that you can see. I don't know. And it's so much better than to have a corn dog. It's
Than a
less
regular hot dog.
it's less expensive and it's
Yeah.
better. Just better to have a normal hot dog.
It's like cheap street food, but good.
Yes.
Very good. Okay.
And also the froyo stuff that you mentioned.
Which one?
Froyo, I think that's the name. Yogurt or something.
Froyo,
Froyo.
frozen
Froyo.
yogurt.
Ah.
It's something between yogurt and
Ice cream.
and ice cream. But you know that you can find froyo in Prudential.
I
Yes, you can.
yeah, but
find
I haven't
it.
tried.
You have to buy it. You have to try it.
Wait, it's like a
So-
place called Froyo.
No, it's
a-
frozen
It's,
yogurt.
it's a kind of like,
Ah.
it's
like-
not yogurt, it's not ice
Ice
cream,
cream.
it's a combination. You
Yeah.
know, it's the best sides of both worlds.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, frozen yogurt, so they take the first syllable and the other first syllable, froyo.
Froyo.
It's really good, it's very good.
Something I'd like to mention. You know raspadinha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you can get those anywhere in Brazil, but the
The American one is
the
good.
American one from 7-Eleven. It's so
7-Eleven is
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. Every time I saw a 7-Eleven, I had to go there
7-Eleven is
because
great.
it's so good there.
It's great for coffee, it's great for everything.
How it's called?
Yeah.
Raspadinha?
Oh, what?
Sushi
It's slushy.
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 and the flavors, they're so good there. I don't know what's wrong with Brazil or
It's like
at least with raspadinha.
Mm-hmm. Because
Shavy. Shavy.
Shavy. Because he in Brazil is like
They know shavy.
here in Brazil it's ice with like some flavor.
Some, I think
Yes.
more color, like.
Yeah.
It's more color than
Yeah, it's
flavor.
more pink color than anything.
What's the flavor? Blue.
But there's too. You can ask any American, what flavor of slushy do you want? They will answer with the color.
Really?
Yes.
I think they all taste the same. It's just a color thing.
No,
But I
because
like them, I'm not
no,
judging, I'm just saying
no,
that. The
no,
blue one doesn't
no.
taste like blueberry or the red one tastes like cherry, they all taste the same. Tastes like sugar.
Tastes like slushy.
It's not true, not true
What
because
is your favorite flavor? Slush.
Slush.
flavor.
What's your favorite flavor? Yes.
This is very user comment,
Yeah.
many comments. like that.
really.
And the last one is, do you think this trip changed anything in your English practice? And that's it.
I'll play it again,
Mhm.
because I couldn't hear her voice. It was kind of a
I think-
low.
How it changed your English. I don't know.
I could
And that's it.
I
That's
couldn't
it.
I couldn't understand neither.
This trip changed anything in
Hold on,
Do you think this trip changed
that this trip
anything
that this
in
trip-
your English practice?
changed anything in your English practice?
I think so because we just people in all the different places that they know tourists will appear there,
Mhm.
like Kinsey Market or just airports in general. They're pretty chill
Mhm.
and they will talk slowly when they realize you're not from there,
Mhm.
and they're really cooperative with stuff because first when we got to
No, they
the
want your money.
yeah, but that's not true. Let's pretend that's not true,
Yeah,
just for the sake of it.
okay.
It's a feel good thing. When we arrived, I wanted to test my card because I didn't know if it was gonna pay for the stuff because I didn't know if it was blocked or something. when we arrived at the store, we just tried to get some gummies or something that were like $2. And I tried to pass the card, and it went a little difficult at first, but the people were really kind, and they noticed that we weren't from there, and they weren't from there either. They were from like Poland or something. I forgot. One of them was from Poland, and one of them was from Spain, I think. And they helped us because the Spain woman that helped us, Spanish one. Okay. She helped us because she was the one who could understand the most, because the girl from Poland just stayed there like
she was lost.
Because when we realized she knew Spanish, we started just like, oh, tem que passar aqui.
Like Portunhol. You were talking in Portunhol.
Yes. Tem que passar aqui o negócio aqui.
And it's so funny that Spanish speakers are able to understand us better than we can understand them.
You know what?
Because they speak too fast, and we speak, our natural pace is very slow. I think that's why they understand us better. They understand everything we say, but it doesn't go
Both ways.
way. Yeah, it doesn't go both ways, exactly.
One thing that I really like to mention, the people who cleaned our rooms or dorms, one of them, like 2 of them were from Cabo Verde. And they knew Portuguese. First, we were skipping classes there in our dorms because we didn't know they were cleaning there. And we started
you know that you're saying in public that you're skipping classes and your mom might see this video.
I told her everything I did there, I told her straight away. So I don't think that's a problem anymore.
Okay.
And she probably told the rest of my family about it when I messaged
But
her.
sometimes when we skip classes is to practice more English than we do in the
Yes.
classroom. I know that. I know that.
This time it didn't happen because we like bashed into our dorms, both of my friends, and the guy from Azerbaijan.
Yes, we get to know people from all over the world. This is amazing.
Really. Really.
Yes. You look so in love, Victoria. Did you meet anyone special there? No? No?
No, from Europe, no.
No, not from Italy? No?
No.
Whose name is? I'm not gonna say it. I don't remember.
Okay.
Let's change the subject.
Okay, we were bashing into our dorms when we were skipping classes, and we were yelling in Portuguese about our teachers, because the substitute teacher that came in when our original teachers didn't come, they were so annoying. I hate it.
So you had like another reason to skip classes.
Yes.
Double reason.
And my friends were just like ranting over how annoying they were. And we just yelled, seeing the woman in the
cleaning ladies were understanding.
Yeah, everything. And that's the worst part of it. And then when we were returning to get lunch, because we spent the whole time there, and when we noticed the time, we went over to the entrance again near the kitchen. They were in the kitchen chatting in Portuguese. The same women that we looked and then went back to talking bad stuff about our teachers. They were speaking our language, and we were.
And you know, the funny thing is that the Portuguese from Cabo Verde people is so much closer to ours than Portuguese from Portugal. It's so easy to understand.
I thought it was like a Portugal accent.
They
No, it's
very
just
slow,
Portuguese.
just like ours.
Uh-huh.
So it's very hard to notice that they are from Africa, because it sounds so like ours.
Because in Angola they speak like in Portugal.
Yes, that's closer to Portuguese. Portuguese.
Yeah, Portuguese.
And that happened so many times with so many people from every place. Like when we first arrived at the school, we were like complaining about the weather because it was too hot and we were in São Paulo, so we wore like jackets and stuff. The guy who guided us revealed himself to be called João, and he was from Rio de Janeiro. And he worked for the school, and he was the one who got us the bus that didn't have the AC on it.
So talk to us about your first time experience on a bus.
It was hot.
Because
and I didn't like it.
you had never traveled on a bus before.
No, and it was the only way of transportation we had to go to all the trips, all the museums, all the stuff, and they didn't have air conditioner in either of them. Neither of them. None of them had. And it was so hot, and we had to open all the windows. But the only good part of it was because we were sitting, like, the buses were separated in numbers, and we always managed to go on the same bus as Koreans for some reason. And they were chill. And they didn't complain that we would bring out JB.
So yeah.
And the whole trip we were just like singing along, and they were just sitting there. Just most of them were wearing headphones while they had
So respectful, right?
Yeah.
and the other half was just like enjoying and approaching our culture. Like, how do you say that? What are you saying? How's the translation to this song? And it was a song like Deixa acontecer.
Okay, I thought you guys were listening to those.
It is those songs, but I don't want to sing them here, so I just go with this. But it was that way.
They played those songs.
Yes, and when we went to the
that's so cringy.
when we went on a boat trip, we entered the boat
Very cringy.
with all of the sailors just waiting for us to get on the boat. We went inside playing California Girls.
At least California Girls is cute.
And then we changed to
those
our
terrible songs. Oh, how ashamed I feel.
I would do worse, I think.
What is worse than that? Than those kinds of songs?
Playing well.
I don't think that's the bottom. This is
No.
rock bottom. Like there's nothing except like the sounds that the devil makes.
No, like
There's
playing
nothing worse
like worse songs, like maybe Twin. It's
What
a,
is twin? What is twin?
it's a type of funk.
It's a kind of type of funk.
Yeah, called
Not,
Twin.
it's called twin.
You know,
I don't want to know. I respect my earlobes, my eardrums, my ear thing.
Do you want to hear this?
do you want to hear about?
Put it on the video. Don't put it on the video.
I have headphones here.
Yeah.
We want to hear
It's a
DJ
channel
Petrovsky.
It's a channel for kids.
Okay.
Yeah, it is true.
And you want to talk about the Italians?
It's called Twin.
Well, I don't know.
What?
What's the problem? I don't find any problem talking.
It's called Twin because of the twin it gets on your ear.
You know who we most listened to the entire trip? DJ Petrovsky. You don't know DJ
I don't know.
Petrovsky. You're missing out.
So you guys
on something.
introduced to the world this
The funk.
talented artist.
To this day, in Snapchat, in my message, which is only one person who sends me messages on my message.
Who, by the way, is called?
Someone.
Okay.
I can't say his name. I'll get canceled.
Okay.
Then every time someone from Azerbaijan that we met and we followed on Instagram would post some pictures that our teacher uploaded or something that they tagged them, they will repost it with the song from DJ Petrovsky.
DJ Petrovsky.
From DJ
My God, I can imagine like them
Petrovsky.
wearing those typical Muslim.
No. They weren't that religious. They
Okay.
weren't that religious.
But dancing, funk and stuff. Okay, I don't know. I think it's still recording.
Yeah.
And
I think
it's so weird. It's magic.
Yeah.
It's September 13th. So I'm going to present you Laura's question.
Okay.
Laura, I think she recorded like better audio video as far as I'm concerned here.
I talked about the Koreans, but I said they were respectful, but based on the Europeans, they were most chill than the Koreans or the Asians. I don't know. They were most chill about it.
I think because European culture is closer to ours.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
that's why.
Hello everyone, good afternoon.
Oh, this is very much better.
Yeah. You're sharing teacher.
I need to share. No, I'm just checking if it works.
Okay.
Where is it? Share.
Afternoon,
Well,
Laila, Vitória. So today I have 3 questions to ask you, Vitória. The first one is, were you afraid of something in your trip? Maybe of feeling alone, or not getting used to the place, not getting used to the people? You felt afraid of something like this? My second question.
Okay, the first one.
Okay. I don't think I would be afraid of being alone because I was never alone through the entire trip. When I was in my dorm, someone would like knock on my door or just enter right away because people had copies of my keys. So I don't think I was alone ever. And I wasn't really afraid of being alone. And I would enter other people's dorms all the time.
Like all the time you were doing something.
Yes.
It was like you couldn't like rest so much.
I could rest, but I didn't want to. That's the
Yeah.
deal.
The principle is to get to know new people, new culture. So it's I think it's good to not rest.
When we were supposed to be resting, we were on other countries' dorms.
Okay.
Most of the time, the Italian ones.
Okay.
And the Azerbaijan.
Okay, we're at least afraid of because there is a possibility of not finding your suitcase. You know, when you see the carousel thing going around and around and around, that is to me always the hardest part of the trip. Because I'm always afraid that I'm not gonna see my bag there.
I was afraid when we were still at São Paulo's airport because my suitcase that I was originally with broke because people just tossed it around on the airplane.
Oh, they do.
And
Yeah.
it broke
Anyway.
completely. The
Yes.
wheels broke and we had to buy another one. And I didn't know
At the airport.
at the
Oh
airport.
my god.
They are so careful with our stuff, my god.
At the airport. But then it worked out. The second part was when we were returning and I didn't know if my bag was close to the appropriate weight
Yeah.
of the stuff because the other teacher from Curitiba had this like mirror thing that you could like test how much weight it had on our backpacks and our suitcases and stuff. But I knew it wasn't precise. I knew it wasn't like the precise number, but I went with it. And I didn't mention it. I mentioned it to teacher, but I bought a giant shark plushie that I named Fred Smile Bartholomew. And I love him.
And it's so huge in one bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I didn't stop him. I brought him along with me.
And
He traveled more than I did. Okay.
But you tried to play.
I didn't even try.
I didn't even try. I thought you had tried.
I knew it wouldn't fit. And he was a gift and I wouldn't trade him to put him on a backpack.
yeah, and you can carry with yourself.
Yes, and he was a great pillow in the travel.
Oh, yeah, that helps, that helps. Okay, let's check the second question.
Did you have any problems with the language?
Yeah.
Maybe the accent that they use to speak with you, or the slangs maybe? Did you find it easy to understand, or you have any kind of problems with some words, I don't know. And my third question is, was there any
The problems.
Problems with the language, problem with Bostonian language.
Both.
What are we gonna take from the class today?
Bostonians.
Boston or Bostonian?
Yeah.
Bostonians. Like in places like when we would get coffee, like mostly on the places near Harvard,
Harvard.
Harvard. Mostly places like that, like there at Cambridge, people would sound English, like
Mhm.
British or something.
Yeah.
They would be more British than the British people that were at the school that came from England. They would be more. They would have an even harder accent
Mhm.
than the people there.
I saw a video these days that it was explicando, explaining that like these universities like Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford's from England, right?
Cambridge too.
Yeah, they like they have they
afternoon, teacher Laila, Victoria.
Sorry.
So today,
like the students have the students of these universities, they have their own slangs. It's like a little, I don't know how to explain, but
It's a lingo.
Yeah.
It's a lingo. It happens everywhere,
Uh-huh.
in every school, not just those schools.
Yeah.
It's a lingo.
We couldn't really notice that because most of the students, the only students that were there that were originally students from the school that weren't like traveling or
Mhm.
doing the courses, they were mostly just club leaders
Mhm.
that just stayed there to guard the place and stuff. So we didn't notice any lingo, but Bostonians sound more British than the British
It's
themselves.
Yeah.
And it's complicated.
any funny or embarrassing situation to understand, or you have any kind of problems with some words, I don't know. And my third question is, was there any funny or embarrassing situation you went through? Maybe something that happened to you that it was a weird situation or an embarrassing one, but now you laugh about it and you find it funny. So tell us about your experiences.
Tô me segurando pra não falar 20.
I think the Karen situation was one of them.
Yes.
The New
It
York
was the
Karen.
first one, and I had another problem with another Karen on the airplane as well.
The returning airplane.
The returning
flight.
one.
Oh
To
my
São
God.
Paulo. It was a Brazilian woman.
Well.
Okay, but
Yeah.
the first one, I think it will be the Karen one was the first one. The second one was the international night one. International night was something when new people would come to the school and they had to present their country, where they came from, their culture, something that they.
I really enjoyed those things.
I told you this. I told you.
But I really enjoyed this moment of getting to know people when I knew receiving newcomers. It's so fun.
Yeah, but this one,
Yes.
it was like a whole setup in the gym, the school gym.
Mm-hmm.
There were chairs and their balcony and stuff for students to sit on. Then there was a stage for your country to present something they're good at, like playing an instrument or something cultural or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Brazil, they presented a song in the piano that I didn't participate at all because I wasn't going to. I was sitting at the balcony for over an hour and a half because I didn't want to participate in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Brazilians got off the stage. A lot of other countries just played the part there and did their stuff. Then the Italians came in and they did their stuff, which was a song, which some people sang along, some didn't. And a lot of Italians didn't participate as well. So they sat on the balcony with me. And then the Brazilians decided, hey, we're friends with this with those guys. We should go on the stage as well and bring everyone with us so we can embarrass both our countries in the front of any other country that's in front of her. And they went there and they sang, I think it was SOS.
SOS?
Yes,
Mhm.
because it's like
SOS, is it like a song by the Police?
I think it is.
Yeah, the band is called the Police.
Yeah,
It's a great song.
Mhm.
it is a great song, but it was embarrassing because it was.
Yeah, you need to know how to sing and know the lyrics
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Yes.
And I didn't, and a lot of Italians didn't know it as well. So we're just standing there. That was the second one. The third one was when I shared this with you.
Okay,
We were returning,
because we talked for hours.
and I remember when I told you I carried the shark along with me to the airport.
What is the name of the shark again?
Fred, Smile, Bartholomew.
That's my local. Okay.
You don't forget any of those surnames. And I was carrying him around, and I said I didn't know if my bags were even close to the weight stuff that had to be.
Because the limit is like 40 pounds, 40 kilos,
Yes,
40 kilos,
40.
I guess, after 40 pounds, that would be 80 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
40
40
kilos.
Mhm.
40 kilos. And I didn't think it was that heavy, but
Yeah,
it wasn't that like it wasn't a feather either.
Yeah.
So
I think 40 pounds is 20 kilos.
the opposite.
Yeah.
So.
Because
I know it's something with 40, the
Uh-huh.
number is 40, so probably it's 40 kilos, I guess.
probably
40 pounds, only 20 kilos is it's too little, too light.
I think it's
You can
20.
check,
I think it's 25 kilos.
25 kilos.
Yeah.
because I think like Anilia from gym, our 20 kilos are 45 pounds for Americans.
I know the opposite, that's why I said too. That 40 kilos is 80 pounds,
Mhm.
that's what I said.
You said that.
So is that wrong?
I think.
Why?
I think it's the opposite. I think like 1 kilo it's close to 2 pounds.
So 40 kilos is closer to 80 pounds, 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Why are you
no, so
questioning
no,
it?
You
could
said
just say-
that 40 pounds it's 80 kilos.
No, but I said the opposite.
Ah,
It's
okay.
recorded.
Okay.
No, I said the opposite way. I said
Okay.
it's probably pounds or kilos. I know it's 40, so probably it's 40 kilos
Mhm.
because 40 kilos it's equals to 80
Mhm.
pounds. That's what I said.
Okay.
No, we can check the.
The point is, my bag was heavy and it didn't pass. Okay.
And what did you do?
You know, Fred, Smile, Bartholomew,
Okay.
that was with me the whole time. I was like, a woman was checking my bags. And another guy came to just check on my other friend's bag so it would be faster for us to get on the plane and stuff. But then he noticed the gigantic plush that I was holding, which is pretty much noticeable. And he was like, "Oh my God, can I see him?" And the girl was like, with my bags here, like, okay. And he just scooped her over, like, get away. I need to see the shark. And then he took the shark, he started petting it, and he was like, "Oh my God, he's so cute. Does he bite?" And he started like talking to me like it was a toddler. And I enjoyed that.
Like it was a pet.
But
The point is,
yes.
he saw the how it transpassed the stuff, the weight. It wasn't hitting. It wasn't okay to just go on a flight with that without paying.
Mhm.
And I didn't have the money to pay because my cards were in the bag that went to São Paulo.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you dispatched the cars.
Yes, and I didn't.
And you
have-
know that some stupid people even dispatch passports.
No, I didn't
They can do that.
because I wasn't gonna buy
And then
anything.
they miss the flight. They
Mhm.
miss the
Because
whole
I wasn't gonna buy anything because first of all I didn't have any money. I spent it all on figures or stuff like that. I will show my shelf that I organized later because that's a funny story. And then he just checked the weight on the tablet stuff while holding my shark. He turned the shark to see the women. It was like, okay, do I need to take stuff out so I can go? And he was like, no, that's fine. You can go. You and him can go. And then he handed it out to me, and I went with my bag. He dispatched the bag,
Even
even with
the bag is being overweight.
yes.
Oh, so he was kind.
Yes.
He was kind, and it was Fred smile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that he was in love with your shark.
Yeah.
Your shark brought you good luck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we should do? Like, it's being recorded amazingly for almost like 1 hour and 20 something minutes, or
Yeah.
even 30
Yes.
minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
so long for the girls to watch. Gonna be very tired. Of course, they can watch in two
Two
times,
times.
2 times faster.
Uh-huh.
But it's too long of a video. We can just close up for the video's sake, and we will continue. We can show him the pictures and
Yeah.
stuff. I just want to thank you, Victoria, so much for coming. Arthur also, thank you so much again. And we all hope you will have more experiences like those. I overheard, or you told me you're going to London next year.
Yes.
Great.
I think we're passing through Bridgeton, I think.
And when, in July again?
Yes.
Oh.
At your vacation.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, she's having like cheap vacations every July.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Very
I
cheap.
have to see people I miss. Okay.
In England.
In England.
You're
Now,
talking
yeah.
about going to England.
yeah, because maybe who she's mentioning about is not actually from England,
Ah, okay.
but from somewhere around.
That is here.
That area that she misses, but
Mhm.
she's not allowed to talk about it. Talk about them.
I'm not allowed to talk.
All right, let me just start
Okay.
recording. I hope this works.
Yeah, it's regarding.
It's recording.